If you would have asked me, hey Mark, if you could only have one credit card for the entire year, which one would it be? Of course, I would have to answer the Amex Platinum Card, right? Or if not, perhaps the Amex Gold, or if not the Gold, then maybe the Chase Sapphire Preferred. And I'm here to report that the answer to all three of those is no, no, and no. In fact, out of the over 55,000 people following this channel and out of all the other credit card YouTubers out there, I'm going to guess that maybe 20 or 30% of you are even aware of this card, and maybe, just maybe 1% of you actually have this card in your wallet. So drum roll please, because the one card that I would choose for the entire year would be the US Bank Altitude Reserve, and this video is going to explain why. The first main reason why this card is so great is because of the strong welcome offer in the first year to earn 50,000 points worth $750 on travel after spending $4,500 in the first 90 days. The bad news is that it also carries a $400 annual fee, but some more good news is that the points never expire as long as your account is open and in good standing. We'll deal with that annual fee a little bit later because it's so easy to justify, but first focusing on that welcome offer, whenever you hear something like 50,000 points, it sounds good, but never great because we're so conditioned by other card issuers having bonuses of like 75,000, 80, 100,000, even 150,000 points for a lot of their bonuses. But because US Bank points through this card are worth 50% more toward travel, that's how you can take just a low 50,000 bonus and make it worth $750, where with a lot of other cards that might be worth 500 or 625 at best. Reason number two why I love this card is for the really strong permanent rewards categories, especially for one specific part of it. Overall, you can earn 5 points per dollar on prepaid hotels and prepaid car rentals when you book them through the Altitude Rewards Center. In other words, the US Bank portal. Then you can have some triple point categories on eligible travel, that is pretty much all other travel outside of US Bank's portal, and on mobile wallet spending. Then I'm not sure why US Bank didn't mention it here, but it's also 1 point per dollar on all other purchases. Me personally, I don't really care how high the multipliers get for portal bookings. I'm not much of a fan of portals. Some people don't mind them, and that's totally cool. But for me, 5x through the portal, not that big of a deal. What really stands out to me though are the two triple point categories. The first one being for travel in general. So I typically book my travel directly with airlines, directly with hotels, etc., that are at least part of a big loyalty program. So when I book those flights, hotels, car rentals, cruises, whatever it happens to be, it's pretty broadly categorized here. Travel, for the most part, will always earn triple with this card right here. So that's a really, really big benefit because I'm not controlled by how or where I have to book it. Then beyond that, the triple point category on mobile wallet is where I'd say this card shines beyond anything else. Therefore, there's little wonder why I have it pretty much permanently in my Apple Wallet at all times. Think of it like this. Most credit cards have categories that reward you 3% cash back or 4 points per dollar or whatever it is in certain types of categories like dining or department stores or travel. But this card with triple on mobile wallet, that pretty much works for wherever mobile wallet is accepted. So I am able to use mobile wallet at my local gas station, at my supermarket, at a lot of fast service restaurants. Even my pharmacy takes it. When I had a nail in my tire, even that car repair place had mobile wallet accepted. So pretty much it's almost like it's like agnostic to certain categories. If I can use Apple Pay, or if you have Android Pay or whatever you've got, and you add this card to your mobile wallet and you pay through that method, then regardless of the category, it's like getting triple points on almost everything. And there are currently no caps or restrictions on how many points you can earn via those mobile wallet transactions. And as you're about to see, those triple points will be the equivalent of getting 3% cash back on all those purchases, or if you decide to redeem for travel, then it's 4.5% back on all those purchases. The reason why it works out that way has to do with the point value based on the redemption method you choose. So if you redeem for cash back, all of your US Bank Altitude Reserve points are worth 1 cent each. As an example, 10,000 points will be worth $100. You can do this as a statement credit to lower your balance, or deposit directly to a US Bank checking or savings account. On the other hand, if you decide to redeem your points for travel, then they'll be worth 1.5 cents each, or 50% more. As an example, those same 10,000 points will now have a value of $150. The two main ways to redeem for travel at this value will be both the US Bank Travel Portal and a feature called Real-Time Rewards. And to show you a little bit more about how this all looks and functions on US Bank's side, here's some screenshots directly from my portal of the cashback and travel options. Cashback is really simple. All you need to do is select that redemption option and then type in how many points you want to redeem. Now there are a few restrictions here. It must have a minimum of 5,000 points to have your first redemption go through, and beyond that it must be in increments of 5,000 points. Given that I currently have 6,406 points, I'm able to do the 5,000 point redemption, so I can type that in, click on convert, and then on the following screen I have my couple options here to choose either a statement credit directly to my card account or to deposit to either my US Bank or checking accounts. On the travel side, going through the US Bank portal, I can choose to redeem for flights, hotels, cars, activities, cruises, and other deals. So what you're seeing here is a search I did for some hotels in Miami, Florida, and it even shows you how many points you need up front to make that redemption happen if you used all points. Additionally, as you work your way through the checkout process, you can then choose how many points you want to use, or if you just want to pay straight cash. Of course, if you don't have enough points to make the full redemption, you can use all the points you have and then pay the rest in cash. It's kind of a blended redemption if you need to. Now, for a lot of people, going through a portal might be just fine, especially if the price in that portal is the same as going directly with the travel company or any other third-party booking site. However, for those of you who would prefer booking direct, or if the direct prices are better than the portal, then you might also want to have some flexibility there too, while still getting 1.5 cents per point. So to make that happen, there's an awesome feature that I love so much called Real-Time Rewards. Once you enroll and set it up, there are just 3 simple steps to take. 1, make a purchase. 2, you'll receive an automatic text to your phone. And 3, you respond to that text to instantly redeem your points. To better bring that to life for you all, here's a screenshot of a text that I received when using this feature. I made a purchase on Southwest Airlines for roughly $111, and then I received this text. It said that at the time I had 11,991 rewards points, and all I had to do was text redeem to use 7,401 of those rewards points to cover that transaction. So I replied with the word redeem, and then I got my confirmation that my redemption was successful. Then a little while later, I saw the statement credit come through to wipe out my transaction. So there on the right in red was the original purchase of $111.02, and above that, bordered in green, was the credit from redeeming my rewards for the same amount, basically making it into a $0 purchase out of pocket. US Bank also sent me an email confirmation showing me how many points I used against the original purchase price. And if you were to do the math here, you will see that it was 1.5 cents per point in value. It just doesn't get much better or simpler than that. I'm just minding my own business, buying a flight on my mobile device, for example, get a text, redeem it, and I'm done, and I get great value. But there are some small restrictions you want to be aware of with real-time rewards, more so than the portal itself. So here's a little bit of a rundown of what you want to be aware of. As we've mentioned here, you will get the full 1.5 cents per point for travel redemptions on airlines, lodging/hotels, car rentals, and other travel. Although I will say US Bank has not defined what other travel means, so you may have to try some things out and make your own data points. Regarding minimum purchase requirements for flights, there are not any. So if you find a flight for $49 or $500 or $5,000, whatever it is, those will all work just fine. For rental cars, the minimum purchase is $150 to be able to use this feature and receive that text, and the same holds true for lodging. Then for non-travel related redemptions using real-time rewards, your points are worth 1 cent each, and it does exclude gas stations and restaurants. So there are a ton of other categories that are eligible. You can configure all of these in terms of defining how you want the minimum purchase requirement to be, and that can go as low as $10. All right, so that covers it for the rewards side. Now let's move over to look at some of the benefits of this card. The first one I think you'll like the most because it's so easy to use Even easier than redeeming points, believe it or not, because there's zero work to do, and it also is a great way to earn back your annual fee, or at least most of it, very quickly. This card comes with an annual credit of $325 that's valid for travel purchases and dining, including takeout and restaurant delivery. So this is a really easy way to earn back over 80% of that $400 annual fee, even in a single transaction. However, it doesn't have to be a single transaction. So up here on the screen, I'll share this with you. I recently used the credit for this year across several different purchases on American Airlines. You can see them come through there for $65.88. I got 2 of those transactions, and then whatever was left for my credit, so $193.24. Those wiped out my purchases on AA. The $65.88 were seat selections for like the main cabin extra or something like that. And then the rest was for the base airfare itself. So this can work for air incidentals or the actual airfare itself on pretty much any US-based carrier. To be determined if it works for all the international ones too. Again, more data points are needed. US Bank does not specify any restrictions regarding that. So if you have the card, drop your data points below as well. But overall, generally speaking, at least within the US, this is an extremely flexible credit. And again, it does work at restaurants too. So if you go out to eat a lot, just swipe your card there and you'll be able to earn back this credit very simply. Another great benefit is airport lounge access. It comes with a complimentary Priority Pass Select membership, giving you access to over 1,300 lounges around the world. But we do have a restriction here. It's just 4 complimentary visits for you as the primary cardholder per year, and then 4 complimentary guest passes per year as well. So if you go by yourself, you'll use your 4 passes. If you bring 1 guest with you, you'll use 1 pass. Or if you bring 3 guests with you, you'll use 3 of your guest passes, and only 1 therefore could go next time. So it's a total of 4 individual visits for you and 4 individual visits for your guests. But your guests must go with you. They can't go travel on their own and use passes if you're not traveling with them. There's also the Visa Infinite Luxury Hotel Collection. Now this is a separate portal from US Bank's portal. You can visit it at visainfinitehotels.com, and here are some of the benefits that you'll be able to get. Feel free to pause this if you want to look them over, but they are kind of like a light VIP or elite status a feel to some of these benefits. Then if you decide to enroll or renew your TSA PreCheck or Global Entry membership every 4 years, you can be reimbursed up to $100 in statement credits to cover the cost of the application fees. And when you take the card on your trips abroad, there are no foreign transaction fees. Now, as a Visa Infinite card, there are a lot of additional perks that Visa brings to the table as part of the overall benefits package. I won't go into all these in depth in this video, but you can view them here on the screen. Feel free to pause this. I also put the source link down there at the bottom. I will furthermore paste that link in the description box below this video in case you want to click it and view these and read all the details at your leisure. The same goes for the insurance and protections on this card for both retail and travel. So I'll put the link to this one down below as well. That way, if you want to read the fine print and see what all the coverages are like, you can do so. So for a shiny vertical metal card that's pretty unique on its own and only costing about $75 out of pocket after you use just a single benefit, this card does have a lot of great things to offer. So now let's kind of review everything that we went over in a much simpler format with some pros and cons. For the pros, we have the strong welcome offer in the first year worth $750 toward travel. Also a really compelling reward structure. I'd say the standout features here are the triple categories on all general travel and mobile wallet purchases, coupled with a very strong rewards value. That was 1 cent per point for cash, which basically makes this like an all-around 3% cashback card whenever you use it for mobile wallet transactions, or 1.5% back for travel, basically making it a 4.5% back card. Then for the benefits, although they are limited, it's kind of just like giving you enough of what you need at a basic level for an entry-level premium travel card, with some basic lounge access via Priority Pass, a nice generous credit that works for travel and dining, no foreign transaction fees, and a few other things too. Furthermore, the user experience is very simple once you set everything up. Then on the flip side, for the cons, there are no transfer partners on this card. Again, the airport lounge access is quite limited with just 1 program and only 4 free visits per year. And the real-time rewards function does have some minimum requirements. And going one step further, in case you happen to be considering this card for yourself, here's some more scenarios that might help you see where the card really shines versus where it doesn't. On the whole, the US Bank Altitude Reserve card will be good for redemptions in the following methods. That is domestic flights, especially in economy class, also short haul or regional flights, and non-chain or boutique hotels that usually don't participate in a broad rewards program. The card is also good for purchases made abroad because it is a Visa, which has very wide acceptance around the world, and again, there are no foreign transaction fees, saving you about 2 to 3% on pretty much every purchase. It's also incredible for mobile wallet purchases, especially at places like Costco, Target, etc., where you might be earning a lower percent return with a lot of other cards. It also makes for a great catch-all or all-in-one card because Apple Wallet or Android Pay, etc. are so widely accepted these days. And it's also awesome for overall simplicity with strong flat value that you don't have to work hard to maximize. But then we've got the bad side as well. So for a lot of you out there looking to do those long-haul international flights, especially in a premium class like business or first class, this card will not make much sense at all because you're capped at only 1.5 cents per value as your maximum. With those bigger flights, you want to find cards with transfer partners and then learn how to use those to get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or more cents per point with really carefully planned redemptions to save you thousands of dollars. Also, if you want to maximize every category, this card will help you maybe, but other cards realize may earn more in certain categories, especially like groceries or dining, travel, etc. But to make that happen, you'll have to use multiple cards together. Lastly, for comprehensive benefits, again, it's not going to be great for that because, again, lounge access is quite limited. Also, there's no elite status or special VIP treatment beyond just the Visa Hotels portal, and there are also no partner benefits that we see with a lot of other cards nowadays. As someone who values both cashback and travel, who shops at the likes of Costco and Target, who typically travels domestically right now, and who also values simplicity while also using mobile wallet transactions, this card makes a whole lot of sense for me, and it may for you as well. So of course, consider all the points that we went over. And with all that said, if you enjoyed today's video and believe it could benefit other people, then please help me get it in front of them by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on those notifications. Also, check out the links down below in the description area to earn some more cash back when you shop online through Rakuten, to get some free stocks from WEBULL when you open a new account and make a deposit of any amount, and to view my site with some great credit card offers that I've organized into different categories to help you find the cards that you like best. I thank you all for watching today's video. Hope it brought you some great value and some education about a card that's really not talked about very often. Also, let me know down below in those comments which card you would personally choose as your one and only for the entire year. I will look forward to seeing you all in future videos. While you're waiting for that next one to hit this channel, always remember that you are great.